This is the incredible Greek island of Hydra. Yassas, Kalispera, good afternoon. This is Hydra, also called Hydra in Greek. So I wanted to start with a little clarification on the names of Greek islands. So basically all of the Greek island names are pronounced differently in English than they are in Greek. So here the spelling looks like Hydra. They pronounce it more like Hydra. Santorini is actually Thera. And then all of the Greek islands that end in S, Paros, Naxos, Milos, Eos, Andros, Telos, Tinos, Amorgos, there are tons of them. In Greek, they don't pronounce the S. It is Naxo, Paro, Andro, Tilo, Tino, Amorgo, etc. I don't know why we added the S on the end, but point being that this is Hydra or Hydra, but I'm just going to go with the English pronunciation for the sake of consistency and just clarifying that that is the way that it is pronounced in English, and it is just a matter of different pronunciations of place names in different languages. So, Hydra here is a very special island. So listen. I heard a ferry horn just a second ago. I heard a church bell. No vehicles. So I'd heard about Hydra years ago and was curious to visit. And then I was back in Athens 2 days ago, flew in from Malta, just beginning another big Greek islands bike trip. I have a bicycle, which you will be seeing in just a couple of minutes. Okay, let's get past the plaza here. So I was in Athens trying to make up my mind which island to go to first, and was actually considering other ones, and then based on basically ferry times as well as accommodation, see, they ride donkeys, mules, and horses here. Here you go, the port and only town of Hydra. I am going to walk this way first towards the bicycle. So, basically because of a good ferry departure time and also that amazing room that I showed at the beginning there, then I decided to come to Hydra first. This is just the first island on my big multi-week Greek islands adventure. And the plan was to buy a bicycle in Athens and take it out to the Greek islands. This is the third time that I've done this, and it is a great way to get around the islands. And so I thought, well, island with no cars, that is the ultimate place to have a bicycle. Before I booked the ferry, I was curious. I wonder if motorcycles are allowed on the island. Cars aren't allowed. What about motorcycles? Good news, the bike is still there. So I looked online and discovered that motorcycles were also banned, and I was fine with that. Okay, it's really going to be nice and peaceful and quiet, like no motorized vehicles allowed at all, apparently. And so I take the ferry and get off here, as I showed in my last video, and immediately am approached by a policeman standing there on the ferry dock, who comes up to me and says, "So bicycles are banned on the island?" And I literally thought that he might have been joking, and I said to him, "You're joking?" Like, he was explaining that it's not just cars and motorbikes, but bicycles as well. And he says, "No, I'm not joking." He was very friendly, actually. And ultimately, he said, basically, just don't ride it around the town. If you just park it away from town and then just take it off from there, then that won't be a problem. So that was a relief. I was kind of concerned he might say, "You got to take that bike and get back on the boat and get out of here, because we don't want that bike on this island," or whatever. But he was friendly about it, and I guess there's a little bit of wiggle room. But the point is, all wheeled vehicles are banned on this island. It's just a tradition that's carried on, and they wanted to keep it going into the automobile age and keep it as a special, unique place of peace and quiet, and just something different in which you can only get around by walking or animals, donkeys, mules, horses. And you can also take boats around the island and get dropped off at various beaches. So those are the three ways that you can get around. But apparently bicycles will be sort of begrudgingly tolerated, if you didn't know or whatever. So here it is, the bicycle that I bought in Athens 2 days ago, 300 euros, that is about $325 US. Got the helmet, water bottle, comes with bell, shocks, and a couple of lights. So pretty good deal for 325 bucks. So now time to hit the road, as it were. Yesterday I only walked around the harbor here, so I'm very curious to see what is this way, how far does it go, until you hit the trails, because there are hiking trails all over the island. You can walk to the other side of the island, but as you can see, it isn't going to be an easy walk. It is hilly, it is hot in the middle of the afternoon here, but it is an experience. So all right, let's do it. One day in Hydra. And here we go. What are we going to find? I am very curious to find out, in particular, how far this road goes, because I looked at a map and it looks like the roads don't go very far at all, and then it's just hiking trails. So maybe this will turn into a hiking adventure as well. I am not planning on doing any kind of major hike or whatever today. Want to take it a little bit easy. But I definitely want to jump in that water. Oh man. This is particularly challenging right here. Not just because of the uphill, not just because I'm totally out of shape and haven't ridden on a bicycle in a while, but also, there we go, that's better. Those cobblestone rocks are rough to bike on, so this is a lot better. Okay, bizarre statue ahead. What is the point of that? And a big golden sun. There's something about that particular image of the sun that I really like. How many rays do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 9, 10. So I have no idea what we're looking at right there. Let's check the phone. I don't know if that's the mainland or another island. And so that is the Greek mainland straight across there. That is a peninsula, a huge peninsula that sticks out south of Athens. Athens is up there. It was a 90-minute fast ferry ride to get here. And then there is a little island that I'd never heard of before called Dokos right over there. I don't know if it's even inhabited. And then Spetses is down there, which I have heard of and looks quite nice. And I might go there next. Not sure. Man, does that water look inviting or what? Crystal clear, a beautiful blue, green, turquoise. Not sure if that is accessible. There are stairs there, but a wall and a gate. Regardless, I don't really feel like going down and especially back up steep steps like that today. I will be getting enough of a leg workout as it is. Oh man, it is so great to be back on the Greek islands. It is just the ultimate place in the world for me. Just love it. And Hydra is really living up to the hype of being a really sweet spot. Especially since they let me use my bike. And here we go down the hill, heading towards another bay. Maybe that will be a good spot to take a swim. And look what we have here. I'm not the only one breaking the law. So I've actually seen 2 other bicycles since I've been here. One yesterday evening around where my bike was parked, and another just now, right as I was about to leave on my bike, also right in that same area. And then that one there. So 4 bicycles confirmed so far on the island. And I should clarify that motorized vehicles are actually not completely banned. There are emergency vehicles and garbage trucks. That is all as far as motorized transport. So there you can see, yeah, sunbeds, beach. But sunbeds means that is not where I want to take a swim. But maybe out on that point, this could be the end of the road up ahead. That looks like it might just be a walking trail on the other side over there. So it looks like that might be sort of a private beach or something. There's this building, Mandraki. I don't want to go there anyways, but it also appears that it's blocking the way to get to the other side of that bay. In order to try to go swim over there. Oh. Huh. Okay. maybe this is a good spot to park the bike and investigate. And looks like this is going to work. So maybe most of the people that get over here do so on a boat, because there's a fair amount of people. And even that is a long ways to go with a donkey, especially with luggage. So probably that's what those boats are for. So not looking like a spectacular spot to take a swim right here. But let's see around the corner. Is there going to be a junkyard dog? Like on Agistri? Guess not. Okay, so here we have a trail. And look what we have here. An old wall. I assume an old wall. Certainly built in an old style. Oh, and there's stairs. Okay. Wow, I was not expecting to come across a castle. Huh. Alright, well, the steps must go to an entrance, one would assume. What are we going to find here? Okay. Looks like some sort of fort watchtower type of thing. Huh. Wild. I mean, not, all that unexpected. You come across old ruins on Greek islands all the time. But, this is fairly significant. A real fort wall with towers. It just looks so unfinished. Not just abandoned and neglected, but it almost looks like they didn't finish the project or something. Or maybe this is just all that it was intended to be, just like a protective wall with guard towers, and we have more steps. So, another archaeological mystery with spiders. Look at that, is a big one there. And a tiny, tiny little tower, like just room for a guy to sit on a stool, basically. And the trail continues. I definitely want to see what's around that corner. So the Jeep road continues, it looks like, a ways. And I think that I will keep on walking it a ways. Maybe see what's around that corner. Oh man, I am definitely jumping in that water very, very soon. And what do we have here? A random, well, I was going to say platform, but I guess it's like a sort of a storage space or something. But there are old rusted bars there, as if those were intended to be there originally. What the heck is this thing? And another one up ahead, it looks like. But without the hole in the middle. Just a concrete platform. Water pipe. Okay. Huh. Oh, there is another entrance hole there. Okay. Same thing then. And the trail is dwindling. Let's just take a look around this corner and then I think probably turn around and find a good spot to jump in the water on the way back. Perfectly good spots like this, jumping off the rocks. Yeah, end of the path. Okay. I was smelling something gross 100 meters or so that way and was about to comment on it, like something smells weird. And so that is the source. What is that? Are they pumping sewage into the sea here? Whatever it is not pleasant looking. So let's get a ways back that way to take a swim. Obviously this is the pipe, yep, going down there. Woo! That water is cold. Nice to see a few fishies down there. So this is the first time trying out these goggles so far. Lots of water leakage happening. Hopefully I can get them tightened up or whatever. But that water is looking ultimate. Wearing the sport sandals because those rocks are incredibly sharp. It's going to be a little bit of a challenge getting back out perhaps. Let's give it a try. But the sandals will make it a lot easier. I chose this spot specifically because this looks like a good spot to be able to get out of the water. Whoa. All right. Swim accomplished. Now, after relaxing here for a little bit, I'm gonna bike on back to the town, lock up the bike, walk around the little bay, and then go for a little stroll the other direction. So I'm back in town, and this really puts things in perspective. We have a map here showing the entire island. That is the only town, also called Hydra. I bicycled along here over to there, locked up the bicycle, and then walked, and there is the castle, Mandraki Castle, and then I walked along here. You can see it ends right there. So I went from there to there and back, but look how much more of the island there is. This is not a small island. That wasn't far. Maybe that was a mile-ish, maybe a mile and a half all the way to there, something like that. But this is not an island that you're just going to stroll around. So I had noticed that the road continued from where I parked the bike. Looks like it keeps going all the way to the other side of the island. So that is an option. Okay, no, not quite. It stops right there. But I could at least get most of the way across the island on the bicycle and then lock it there and then walk down there. That looks pretty cool as an option for tomorrow. And then otherwise, you have just a little bit of road going around here, and then these are all hiking trails. But to hike from there to there, especially considering those mountains, that will be an intense trek getting, you know, any considerable distance around the island. So it is a hiker's heaven, but it is also not for the people who aren't looking for a pretty big hiking adventure. Just walking up there would be intense with that hill. So probably what most people are doing here is just staying in the town, walking right around here, catching a boat over to one of the other spots, and then a few of the hardcore hikers are actually getting across the island, you know, a fair distance away from the town. We'll see what kind of mood I'm in tomorrow and what the weather does. It is clouding up, which has the advantage of cooling things down. So there you go. Hydra day trip around the island, 11 o'clock departure. Maybe they stop at various points. Yeah, food service included. Obviously not on that little boat. 1700, so 5 o'clock return. So that is a 6-hour full day trip right there. But looks like some amazing spots. Okay, that is definitely very tempting to do. Tomorrow is my last day. I would actually love to stay longer. I suspect that the place where I'm staying is going to be full up because it didn't show any more days available. I looked for another night as well. So I'll have to make a decision tomorrow whether to stay another night or two, possibly somewhere else, or continue on to the next island. Maybe Spetsies. Okay, so the plan for now is just to wander that way just a little ways and see what's around the corner. Such a lovely scene. Museum, sunset restaurant, Castello, magic on the beach. So a swimming spot down there. So this is the popular spot, this direction. Several restaurants, nice views, an old tower, cannons, And once again looking across at the peninsula of the mainland of Greece, another swimming spot. And Dokos is out there somewhere, and Spetses. And the Peloponnesus. 3 peninsulas of the mainland. As soon as that sun comes out, it heats up quick. All right, I think that I'm going to stop here. This looks like an amazing hike for another day. I am tired out from the bike ride, the hike, the swim, and the journey getting here. It was a long one, but man, am I glad to be back in my favorite place on earth, Greece, and especially the Greek islands. They are truly like nowhere else. So tomorrow is another day. We shall see what happens. For now, time to get to work. Back to my room, get on the computer, and edit some videos.